Hi, my name is Gaurav, and in this video we'll talk about the assertion in TestNG. So assertion is nothing but to validate your actual test result against the expected test result. And for this, TestNG provides two types of assertion, hard assertion and the soft assertion. Hard assertion means if you are asserting your test result inside your test cases and that test fails, then subsequent test steps will be skipped. While in soft assertion, irrespective of test result, all the test steps will be executed. Okay. So now let's see it via practical example. So I already have this TestNG concept project, which is a Maven project, and I have pom.xml where I have added the TestNG dependency. I have this assertion concept class created. Okay, we will use this for the practical purpose. Now let me clear all the code. So first we'll show how hard assertion works. I'll create a test case, let's say test1. I'll put some dummy test steps inside there. Let's say start test1 and test1. Okay. Now for hard assertion, TestNG provides this assert class. Okay, inside the org.testng package. I'll use this assert equal, and I'll pass actual result as false and expected result as true. Because this is a TestNG test, I'll put a @test annotation which comes inside this package. Now I'll execute this test case. This test case failed because actual and expected are different, and it will just execute start test1 because it failed at this step, so subsequent step will be skipped. It generates a TestNG report as well, which is a HTML report inside test output folder. Report name is emailable report.html. I don't have open it. I will open it. Okay. So this is my report and test1 is fail. I'll create one more test case. Test2. I'll just change the log and I'll pass actual and expected results same so that it will pass. So in this case, in test2, this statement will execute because this is pass, so it will execute this statement as well. Okay, I'll run this. It executed start test2 and test2 both, and test2 is pass. Okay, same we can see on the TestNG report as well. I'll refresh it. Okay, so test2 is pass and test1 is fail. Now how does soft assertion works? Okay, now instead of this, what we will do, we will use soft assertion. Let me delete this. So for soft assertion, TestNG provider. Before that, one more thing. If we see this assert equal method of TestNG, let's say, so it is a static method of assert class. So that is why we don't need to create an object of assert class to call this method. We can directly call this method. Okay. Now for soft assert, TestNG provide this class soft assert. What I'll do, I'll create a object of soft assert is equal to new soft assert, and I'll call the assert equal method of this, where actual result is false and I'll mark it expected result is true. Okay. So it should execute irrespective of pass and fail, it should execute all the statement, that is start test 1 and end test 1. Okay. So, and if I see this method of soft assert class, this is non-static method. So that is why we need to create a object of soft assert. Okay. So basically soft assert, this is my soft assert class which extends the assertion class, and if I go to assertion class has this method. Which method? This assert equal method. Okay. And which is non-static. So that is why I need to create a object of soft assert class. Okay, now let's quickly run it. It executed both statement start test 1 and end test 1, but thing is that it marked test 1 as a pass while it should fail. So by default soft assert mark all the test case as pass. If we want to mark test case as failure, then we need to call soft assert class method assert all as a last statement of a test case. What it will do? After executing all the statements of the test case, it will collect all the failure logs and publish on the TestNG report. Okay, so currently TestNG report looks like this. Test 1 is pass. Now after putting assert all, how it would look like? It marked test 1 as failure. Okay, same would be reflected over here as well. Good. Till now let's create one more method with the soft assertion. Let's say test 2. I'll just change the log test 2, and here I'll pass actual and expected, both are same. So I'll pass both as true. Now this will mark as a fail and this should mark as a pass. Now again execute this. Okay, it executed start test 1, end test 1 and start test 2, end test 2 both. It marked test 1 as failure, which is fine. What about test 2? It marked test 2 as also failed. Why so? Let's see on the report as well. Both test cases fail, while test 2 should be pass. So why this is happening? Because we created a soft assert instance at class level. So now it is common to test 1 as well as test 2. So in test 1, soft assert collected all the failures of test 1. Now same instance belong to test 2. We are using same instance of soft assert in test 2 as well. So it is passing all the failure logs of the test 1 to test 2 as well. So that is why test 2 is also showing as a fail. So to avoid this, what I'll do, I'll create a local instance of soft assert class in test 1 and test 2. Now if I execute, it marked test 2 as a pass and test 1 as fail, and it executed all the statement start test 1, end test 1, start test 2, end test 2. Okay, if I see on the report, I'll just refresh it, I can see the same. So that is how assertion works in TestNG. Thank you all.